Well, to our first discussion of the day, effective railway system is pivotal to economic development of any country as it provides ease of movement of people and goods from one destination to another. One of the most attractive features of the rail at the moment is its ability to move a large number of people at once, which is very instrumental in driving productivity. Nigeria has gradually been reintroduced to rail transport following the determination of the federal government to rebuild the country's rail network and even construct new ones, making railway modernization its cardinal project. Months after the commissioning of the Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge railway line, with expectations and optimism that more Nigerians will begin to explore rail transportation as the preferred alternative to road transport. Nigerians are yet to reap the full benefits of the railway line. A lot of issues are popping up. Yes, there will be complaints, and I have joining me live in the studio to address some of these challenges. He is the Managing Director, Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Okeria. Thank you very much for your time. It's good to see you again.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon, Nigeria.
Yes, after that very big event, which you were here before that event, I'm sure a lot has happened after that time. Give us a little bit of a breakdown of what has happened. How has the turnout been? How receptive have Nigerians been to this laudable initiative?
I would say they are receiving it and they are enthusiastic about using the rail. At the time we started, we barely had 3,000 passengers a day. In a month. By last month count, we clocked over 34,000
wow.
for Lagos-Ibadan. Same thing on the Takpe-Warri. In January, we had close to 6,000 a month, but as of today, we are talking about 38,000 using Takpe-Warri. In January this year, we had 60,000 of passengers moved Abuja, Kaduna. As at last month, we had 140 passengers moved. Which means the love for train by people is coming up and it's coming up strong. And as I always say, the real thing that railway should be doing is moving freight. We have people coming in every day to inquire, and we've started moving the AKK project, Ajakuta, Kaduna, Kano, gas project, moving pipes, and we will run that traffic presently in the night, and we are trying to increase the frequency. As last week, another person approached us of trying to move cassava. I can't remember the tonnage now, it's huge, from Itakpe to Jevu in Warri. And somebody also approached us in Uromi trying to have an island ports of moving goods from Warri to Uromi. So we are discussing with him on how to create that hub, and I think the Takpe-Warri will blossom, and it will be of great use. And it will be much of interest that now that the Coastal Rail Line has been approved, and once Port Harcourt is linked to Warri and Kaduna linked to Abuja, Kano, and Itakpe linked to Kaduna, it's a sort of the central line, and you can go to anywhere from there. Once you link from Port Harcourt to Kano, you can go anywhere and you have a shorter distance to move. So, and luckily, rolling stocks were ordered. We have increased the number of train rigs to 3. Presently, we run 10 service a day on Abuja Kaduna. We've also increased on the Takpe-Warri from 2 a day to 4 per day. And in Lagos, when we started because we are still trying to make things, we can call this the trial period of the service. We have increased from 1 train a day, 1 rake a day to 2 rake a day. We now run 4 trains a day. And I promise by January, we should be talking about 12 to 16 trains a day in Lagos-Ibadan. Because we have the locomotive, we have the coaches, we have the power car. So it's just for us to be up and doing. So I hope by January 2022, we have 16 trips in Lagos, Ibadan. While we are hoping maybe to 12 in Abuja, Kaduna, and to 8 in Itakpewori. And the Lagos Ibadan freight has, the market is quite huge, and we are just waiting for us to hit the container port. That's where we are.
Now, I'm looking at also the e-payments as the e-ticketing platform. How comfortable or how easy has this been in helping you, manage resources, generate revenue?
I think it's a great relief to all of us, passengers, railway management, the ministry, the minister, and the government as a whole. Before now, I used to get several calls. I want ticket. I want this. If you call me that you require a ticket for now, I say go to the website. You get the ticket there. And the era of ticket racketeering, because when we started newly, there was crime everywhere. The site is blocked. Whether you have been able to log in successfully or not, you assume that people were blocking the site. Yeah. At least in the last 1 month, I have not heard any story like that. And the revenue has gone up. So we were talking about 120, we talk about 320, now 340. And short in July, I think the revenue that was coming to government went to about 340 after removing the payment to the concessionaire. Okay. So what entered the government account was about 340. So which means something is happening. Leakages has able to check people entering the train not having tickets, because it's the ticket that will make you access the train. So it's a good thing, and we try to extend it to all our, even the narrow gauge, the Lagos Kano, the mass transit we run on the narrow gauge between Lagos, Ijoko, and Kajola. Okay. We are also going to deploy the e-ticketing. We are in the process. We are doing the outline business case. Sooner or later, the advert will be out.
Now, there are complaints from some places. I think we got Delta, Kogi regions, and over hiking cost of rail transport. And many believe that rail should be cheap. It started as one of the cheapest means of transportation that everyone would say. Now, what are you saying? Are you working on cost-cutting measures at the moment?
It's still the cheapest as we run. I don't know where they have that idea that rail is the cheapest of means of transport. It's the more peaceful and comfortable means of transport, I can say that. I've been to UK, I've used the train. I know for you to go from London to Manchester, the cost of Virgin ticket is higher than that of airplane. Yeah, you can cross-check. And if you want to go from Amsterdam or from Paris by rail using the Eurostar, it's more expensive, depending on when you are buying the ticket and depending on the time of travel. It's not a fixed rate. And we will get there when we have that frequency. We will also try, even the airline, their prices are not fixed.
Yes, that's true.
So that's what we'll work on that. And by the time the e-ticketing is stable, we also try and know where you have the off-peak and off-peak. People should. You see, what will we gain if we run today, we are not able to run tomorrow? Like the government is paying us salary, government is providing railway stock, and we cannot buy fuel. We cannot buy those, we cannot clean the station, we cannot clean the train, we cannot pay for security from the NE. It will not encourage government to do more. We know we are providing service, but we at least have to make, or be able to sustain it with what we earn. I say that's what people should. If I like on Sunday, I was on the train from Ibadan, and I can say about 20% of the people there were people who traveled, Nigerians who live abroad and are going back and use the train, and they were singing praises for government. Those who mix it, we are calling and crying.
And it was a good experience, actually. I had, I think, Kaduna to Abuja.
Yeah.
It's really laudable. I must confess, that was really. Now, let's now look at your announcement about the Lagos-Kano train service. I think scheduled to resume August 13th. Yeah, but due to a damaged rail track, or what's responsible? Any fresh updates with regards to this?
Yeah, today is Wednesday.
Yes.
We hope from 10 days from now, we should be able to kick off that train service. We were to start
good news.
Last week, Friday. As God will have it, there was flooding in Osogbo. Okay. It not only affected the rail track, it also affected other areas. And it was a big washout. I would have sent you the picture before now, the video. But right now we are working, and we hope by Saturday we're able to finish expanding the drainage so that such a thing will not happen at that particular spot again. And once we finish that, upper week Friday, the first train during the lockdown of COVID will commence Lagos to Kano. And we will be very cautious, being the first time we are carrying passengers on that route after a year plus. We've been moving freight on it, pipe to Zaria, and it has been successful. And now that we are carrying human beings, we have to be extra successful, careful. We have to share the track is monitored, and there's an advanced team ahead of the train, not only just because of flooding, just because of this as part of vandalization that's going all over Nigeria. On people now taking it as a job to be attacking the rail. I don't know for what it will benefit them to do that. And it's costing enough money now to protect the track and the rail infrastructure. So I think I will appeal to them that it's our own.
Yes.
It's for me and you. Yes. It's not for the president. It's not for the minister. So if you destroy it today, tomorrow, we'll go and spend the money that would have been used for other things to fix it, because the train must run.
That makes me go listen to my next question. I'm talking about theft of train spare parts. We see all of this every time. We need more aggressive investments in rail infrastructure, but this would actually discourage investors from coming in. How do we begin to increase this awareness or aggressive ways of addressing these issues?
So we are deploying community, meeting with community,
okay,
meeting with chiefs, meeting with people. But we had an unfortunate experience that even those we approached now became more aware, and I thought, oh, this is a source of making more money for themselves, and they now decided to form groups and attack the train. It's discouraging and disheartening to have such a, they say, okay, let's approach the people. We approach the people. They now look at it as, instead of protecting, they went into peacekeeping vandalization. Now that you have given them authority to watch over it, and we are now spending more money on security than expected. We have to deploy more policemen, more security, national civil defense corps, and the Air Force is helping a lot. And the military, too, at the checkpoint ensure that anything they see about rail, they don't joke with it. So we have, I think it's going down gradually. And we hope this rate of reducing, getting people arrested and vandalizing the track continue. Then we'll try and fix those areas that they have vandalized. And you see, what is painful is that even the new track, if I tell you we have replaced 150,000 clip on Abuja Kaduna.
150,000.
Yeah. And we are not retaking and seeing how we can improve on the fastener, so that it will be difficult. Not that you cannot remove it, but at least make it more difficult, and it's going to come at a premium.
Of course.
So those are things Nigerians should know, and we will not just hold our hands. They will have lost a vigilante in Port Harcourt due to track vandalization. I think we also lost one policeman. And also, I think 2 or 3 vendors has also lost their life. So at Hagbor, for instance, some people came with gun and they exchanged gun with the security within the Goodluck Jonathan rail complex. So is that bad that is fresh and is operating? People will
go do that.
So
very worrisome. So now you wanted to land on your point.
What I'm saying now, people now look at it as another avenue of business. Every day we get proposals on how to provide security on rail, and I tell them, you see, it's why do you want to profit and benefit from a bad system? So they bring proposals. They say we will deploy satellite, we will deploy drone, and I ask them, why have the drone not caught what do you call it, the herdsmen, the kidnappers, and the raid? How sure are you going to that it's going to be effective? So we should change our hearts. That's the best thing of it.
Now, moving on, the figures are looking good now with what we have. And I don't know if you want to tell us something more about the figures, but what are we projecting as we move on in 2021? It's already August. We're almost wrapping up here. We're talking about 2022. Yeah. That a lot of improvements we'll see. So let's do some projections.
By 2022, we would have linked the port. We have linked the port now in ANL. We are trying hard to link the APN terminal where you have a lot of container. We are also looking at a way of moving container from tin can to a papa so that we can move them by rail. And as I said earlier, it's going to be by 2022, I think we would have been stable. The staff would have learned more about the new system, the signal and communication, new one, the GSM radio would have been in place. And the track occupancy would have increased, because that is also a means of preventing vandalization.
Yes.
So if we occupy the track as much as possible with enough train operation, and somebody coming to the as at that time, when you come to track and want to lose the rail, before you finish, there will be one train or another.
Okay, yeah, so because of the frequency.
So I think that one will. So we trying to increase the number of trains we run, both passengers and freight, and we know as our people are getting adjusted and adapted to rail travel, there will be enough. What a client or customer to move. However, as I tell my people, my staff, train service should not be depending on their passengers. We should work on train schedule, timetable. If you say there is going to be train 5, 10, 3, there should be train.
There should be.
So it's only the passenger, the freight traffic that you move when it is available. But for passengers, it's based on timetable. So we intend to increase the number of trains we run for passengers, and at the same time the number of freight, because by the time we move, you see, rail service advertises itself. It's just like if I successfully carry you to Ibadan, you will tell a friend, that friend will try it, the other friend will try it. The same thing if you move somebody's goods or container and deliver in Kaduna or Kano successfully, they will ask, how did you move your, you say, I use the rail. And at least there are some element of cheapness and faster. If I take a train, it may take 3 days on the old track, but there's no trailer that will get to Kano in 3 days.
True.
True. There's no trailer that would, because when we move to Abuja, things that are we know how long it takes us to get to Abuja by road.
Before I let you go, just if you can do this in 1 minute, are we thinking of new models of trains too as we move on?
No, these are new models. It's modernized track.
Wow.
It's modernized train.
Wow. And
what we have done is to have the headroom where electric train can be introduced in near future. Good. So that's why we see the overhead, the bridges are either being removed or they are, so that you have the where you have the the electrical gantry that can be used for. And at the same time, in every new track we build, we leave room for installation of 33 kVA electricity line, so that when the power is there, you can really. And some people are even approaching us of the gas rail. Some people are probably that they can change the diesel locomotive to gas. And we are saying, okay, we'll give you an opportunity. We'll give you one of our old one that is not working.
Try. All right, MD. I must thank you. It's always nice having you on the show. I'm speaking to the Managing Director of Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Ohiria, giving us insights into what's been playing out after the Lagos-Ibadan gauge and all other railway tracks and all that has been happening across the country and expectations even for the coming year. Thank you very much for spending your afternoon with us. It's always nice having you.
I've just said, Nigerians, please keep the spirit, let the hope be there, don't vandalize the track.